before you screenshot this video's thumbnail for your free banger on Twitter, I must preface that this is all profoundly unserious and just a bit of fun. Lighten up. Okay, I get it. So about a month ago, I made a video about the Smiling Friends self-insert rabbit hole. Not that there was a rabbit hole of self-inserts, but there was just a rabbit hole of information to go through. Anyway, that video went into the trend of people inserting themselves or their OCs into clips of Smiling Friends, and the shocking amount of effort actually put into their presentation, to the point that many speculate whether the people behind these accounts actually work on the show. Most of you watching this have probably seen that video, but as successful as that video was, I still felt a little annoyed with myself that the video was mostly about the cool autistic gamer and the wealth of information and speculation surrounding that account, and that I only had time to briefly talk about 2 other examples at the very end due to them being relatively new to the scene. However, one of those 2 examples has been quickly filling the void that Cool Autistic Gamer is leaving due to his more infrequent upload schedule as of recent, and has quickly become the new center of attention, not for the ways that she's similar to the Cool Autistic Gamer, but for all of the ways that she sets herself apart.
Oh, that does not Mama the Mia.
For better or worse, this is Dolly Dimpley, or more accurately, this is Criticlips 2002. On the surface, they appear to be another channel posting edits of their self-insert, Dolly Dimpley, disguised as Smiling Friends clips in the same vein as Cool Autistic Gamer. But whereas Cool Autistic Gamer's appearance and the quality of their edits is always meant to be a surprise of some sort, Dolly Dimpley tries to act as a genuine member of the Smiling Friends cast by telling her own jokes, commenting on the situation she's placed in, and trying to engage in conversations with the other characters, only for her to be repeatedly ignored because she's not actually there. She's a far more typical and conventional self-insert character in that respect, sharing similarities with a long lineage of ironic and unironic images and videos of people inserting their OCs or themselves into the world of cartoons. In the case of Smiling Friends though, this phenomena of casually inserting your OC among the main cast actually works really well with one of the show's running gags, that being the 5th Smiling Friend. Now, explaining the joke out loud would likely ruin the impact, so I'm just gonna leave a frame on screen for the losers to read. Dolly Dimpley, official character or not, gels really well with the possibility of there being a 5th Smiling Friend, and only further adds to the joke. What also helps to set Dolly apart, and apparently the most controversial thing about her, according to my comment section full of people who haven't figured out what parody means, is her particular brand of humor.
Those animals should not be together. This displeases the Dimple.
Yes, hello, but I'm not sorry.
Why don't you say that again? I'm craving some frog legs right about now.
Dude, you're gonna love this place. I've been coming here since I was a homunculus.
Since you were a what? Say psych right now.
What can I get you?
A walking, talking packet of ketchup? Boy! Freaking dead body and freaking salties! Hey, I'm about to head out.
Hello, we're the Smiling Friends.
And you screwed it up. Wow. I did not see that coming.
Dolly's dialogue, to be frank, is cringe. She's the perfect amalgamation of everyone's collective memory of that annoying kid in high school who spoke exclusively in r/dank memes and thought Marvel movies were the pinnacle of cinema. Her constant memey quips and that just happened comments towards basically every situation ruins every natural joke from the original episode she's slapped into, and she specializes in giving secondhand embarrassment to the viewer. Every clip on the channel is almost excruciating to watch for this reason, if you haven't caught on to the fact that it's blatantly ironic. These clips are very self-aware about how annoying this type of humor is. It's a blatant parody poking fun at people who unironically talk like this. I was gonna make another joke about her basically being a parody of an SMG4 character, but last time I did that, the series f***ing ended like 2 days afterwards. I think if I say anything else, then Luke is just gonna spontaneously explode. I mean, the Alan Thinks It's Delicious clip alone features a full straight minute of her making awkward that just happened quips about Alan coming out as gay, while the entire scene and everyone around her just stands in silence and ignores her. It's purposefully drawn out, and this actually manages to make these clips wrap back around to being genuinely funny. It's peak cringe comedy, and I honestly find this spin on the gimmick to be oddly charming. It's also worth praising the effort that's gone into these clips. While there's nothing as insane as Cool Autistic Gamer's Silly Samuel clip, Dolly is well rendered and well animated and blends in just fine with Smiling Friends' mixed media art style. It really sells the idea that she's some lost and forgotten member of the cast. She's the Smiling Friends equivalent to Gregor Simpson, if that makes any sense, except actually in motion. The vocal performance for Dolly is also surprisingly good. No one knows who the VA is, but they sound pretty professional overall. Now, this was basically all the information I could get from Criticlips 2002 back when I made my first video, as there were only 4 videos on the channel at the time, and it didn't seem like there was anything too special about it outside of its gimmick. As unsatisfied as I was with how little I actually covered in my first video, I still didn't think it was that deep enough to warrant receiving as much attention as the Cool Autistic Gamer. Suffice to say, things have certainly suddenly changed. Since my first video, there have been 6 more uploads onto the Criticlips channel, and unlike Autistic Gamer, who usually waits for a new episode to release first before releasing their edit of said episode, Criticlips seems to upload fairly frequently and doesn't seem to care whether an episode is new or old. The most recent upload as of writing this video is an edit of Season 2 Episode 8, which is pretty out of left field when you see the previous uploads have mostly been about the latest Season 3 episodes. This doesn't exactly mean a whole lot, but I wasn't expecting the upload rate on this channel to pick up so dramatically since my first video, especially when the opposite seems to have happened for Cool Autistic Gamer. And unlike Cool Autistic Gamer, the Dolly Dimpley clips actually have some sort of story going on here. Nothing massive or anything, it's not some sprawling, complicated Smiling Friends ARG, but people have quickly been picking up from the last 6 videos that something is not quite right with Dolly Dimpley, and wherever this does end up going, substantial or not, I find the effort very interesting, and I'm actually flabbergasted that they've managed to make me feel bad for the glorified Glitch Productions parody. Okay, so I've just received word that Luke Richigol is dead. Before we get into that though, I want to briefly go over just how much of a fandom icon Dolly Dimpley has become over the last month or so. As previously mentioned, the Cool Autistic Gamer has not been uploading as frequently as he used to, and he hasn't appeared in the last 3 clips on the channel either. Also, just another side note, the most recent video on the channel is just a straight re-upload of an old video on Michael Kuzak's channel, so do with that information what you will, which naturally is led to Dolly Dimpley filling in the void he left. And while the Criticlips channel is not even close to reaching the heights of Cool Autistic Gamer yet, on pretty much every platform outside of YouTube, it appears Dolly's popularity is basically eclipsed Autistic Gamer. It's actually shocking just how big this character is outside her own channel. There's a constant stream of genuinely impressive fan art of the character, nearly each instance of which getting thousands of likes and hundreds of thousands of impressions. People constantly discuss each new clip that gets put on the Criticlips channel and try to figure out what's happening. Dolly Dimpley was already getting pretty big when I made my first video. That's not what I fucking meant. But over the past month, her popularity really has exploded, and it's kind of bizarre to see something like this happen in real time to something that very likely would have gone onto the radar if it wasn't for a completely unrelated channel popularizing this style of content. Or maybe they are related, who's to say? The possibility of Criticlips being someone who works on the show is still up in the air, but the fact they posted an edit of the episode 6 teaser at nearly the exact same time the actual teaser was posted is definitely worth discussing in some capacity. Not today though. Okay, we can get back to the main topic now. What has been happening recently with Dolly Dimpley? Well, it all started with the Pim Wants Pizza clip, taken from Season 3 Episode 4. All seems well at first. Dolly's doing her usual cringy shtick while no one is paying attention to her, though she is trying to stick up for Pim when everyone's disrespecting him. When the lights go out though...
Mr. Boss, those lights should be the least of your concern.
Yeah, nice Smiling Friends clip, dipshit. Your ass is going to Mandela catalog. I earnestly love pretty much everything about this. I'm sure some people immediately rolled their eyes thinking the series was going to go full analog horror in the most predictable way you could think of, but it's immediately deflated by the fact that Dolly did it purely for attention and because she genuinely thought it was scary.
Hey, guys? You're all seeing this, right? Hello? Yeah, I was just trying to do a spooky bit to creep you guys out. It's kind of like analog horror, you know?
Honestly, that's really clever, hats off, but this clip is interesting for many other reasons. The text during the analog horror section isn't just her trying to be scary, but it's also her actual thoughts. You can tell before this that she's getting more frustrated with everyone ignoring her. Previously, this was played for laughs and she never really commented on people ignoring her, but now it's actually just kind of sad, and also oddly brilliant. The concept of a self-insert OC noticing that none of the actual characters are acknowledging her existence and getting upset over it is actually a really good idea for a short series. Like, I know it's not really that deep and we're just having a bit of fun over here, but being completely dead ass for a second, I really f**k with this.
Sorry, I'll stop. I won't do it again. I was just, yeah. Let me help you with those lights, Mr. Boss. That was really bad. Sorry.
God, I knew that was gonna be a fail. So stupid. Damn it!
Why am I feeling bad for Dolly Dimpley? This is the Dolly Dimpley equivalent of the silly Samuel clip for Autistic Gamer. If you said that sentence to a small Victorian boy, he would start tearing his face off. I find this really interesting now, and wait, did you f***ing see that? Roll it back.
Let me help you with those lights, Mr. Those lights...
Mr. Boss sees her. No, this little eye movement is not in the original episode. This is completely original. That's such a small and hard to miss edit, but he actually acknowledges her and then quickly averts his eyes. Is she actually there, or is everyone just choosing to ignore her? That's such a cool detail that unironically adds so much more depth to this otherwise stupid channel. The rest of the clips don't have anything nearly as substantial as this, but over time you see Dolly gradually becoming less enthusiastic and more conscious about the fact that no one's acknowledging her.
I'm Pim, and this is my hiking partner, Charlie.
And I'm Dolly Dimpley! You know what's with all this litter around?
It's totally ruining the vibe check.
Pleased to meet you, Pim and Charlie.
Nice to meet you, too.
She's lost a lot of the energy she had originally. She keeps stopping herself from talking when someone else talks over her. Not gonna lie, it's weirdly depressing.
She was absolutely...
I miss her more and more every day.
Like, sure, Dolly herself is the personification of Reddit and used to be kind of annoying, but seeing her slowly lose her confidence and become aware of the fact that no one notices or talks to her, becoming desperate for any sort of attention is actually really f***ing sad. There's a point in the Mother Nature clip where Charlie looks to his right like he does in the original episode, but since Dolly is here now, he just kind of stares at her chest and says nothing, and the animation on Dolly's face as Charlie looks at her just says it all, really. Like, that's the most acknowledgement anyone in the cast has ever given her. Even though nothing as crazy as the analog horror clip has happened yet, these 6 uploads have turned Dolly Dimpley from a footnote in my first video on Smiling Friends self-inserts into the single most interesting thing going on in the fandom right now. Sure, there's a chance that this is all just a bunch of shit posting for fun, but even so, I really appreciate the effort that's gone into this, from the animation and voice acting to all of the subtle details. And if this is building up to something, then I'm definitely interested in seeing where it goes. A self-aware, self-insert character becoming depressed and tired of all the actual official cartoon characters ignoring her existence, and the possibility that she is actually there but everyone's just choosing to ignore her anyway, is a really good concept I haven't seen utilized much, if at all, honestly. It's been crazy seeing Dolly Dimpley steadily overtake the cool autistic gamer in popularity, to the point that they're the main attraction of the Smiling Friends fanbase now, especially given they only really emerged in like early October. I'm not gonna lie, the insane contrast of the clips showing Dolly slowly becoming more depressed and the characters just ignoring her, to the insane amounts of fan art and unironic fans worrying about her well-being on social media is weirdly wholesome, honestly. I'm hoping I don't suddenly curse this channel and they suddenly stop uploading. I'm still a bit self-conscious about the timing of the SMG4 announcement, like that's actually just insanely bad timing on my part, but for the time being, that's Criticlips 2002, and that's Dolly Dimpley, the current darling of the Smiling Friends fandom. Anyway, that's all I have the time for today. Apologies for the shorter video. Go buy Yakuza 0, specifically Yakuza 0, because Sega are delisting the game soon just to replace it with the unnecessarily expensive director's cut, and you are fucking yourself out of a damn good deal if you don't buy it now.